Kia ora. You may remember me. I was a pro rugby player for 16 years and played 71 tests for the All Blacks. I love rugby. But at the heart of it, I'm just a Māori boy who loves Aotearoa and the outdoors.
I'm on the board!
Yeah, right.
We're spoiled for choice, really.
Oh, it's a little panty. Oh.
Diving, hunting, fishing, and foraging about the place. It's me.
Yum! No more luck, bro. I'll end up in the drink.
Nah, you'll be right, mate.
Oh.
In this series, I'll take you on the road as we meet hearty, local characters.
You can't give yourself a nickname, mate.
Will guide me through what they do best in some of the most beautiful parts of Aotearoa.
Welcome back anytime, brother.
Kia ora, that's what I was waiting for. This is Piri's Tiki Talk. This week, I'm heading to the Manawatu to meet some keen hunters dead set on sharing their skills. First up, I'm travelling to Marton. Here, couple Haka and Pania are on a mission to empower Wahine toa.
When I saw my first stag, that was it. I was like, fuzzy, adrenaline, yes, mean.
By teaching them to hunt Aotearoa's most elusive deer.
There's two of them. Up there, bro. See the top one? There's another one below it.
Then I'll be going on a grueling hunt with Chris, who's passing his skills down to the next generation of hunters. Who's first at carrying them?
Oh, look at that.
It's awesome to see the kids out there. The wife let me be every day.
Today, I'm in Marton, 35 kilometres south of Whanganui. Marton started life as a private township in 1866 and has remained the largest town in the Rangitike district since. It serves as a service town for the entire Manawatu farming region. The local iwi Ngāti Apa traced their ancestry to Ruatea, captain of the Kurahaupo canoe. It sailed to Aotearoa 22 generations ago. E hikaka ana a haka rawa ko Pania I tēnei arunga. So they've decided to pay me a visit a whole day early to give me the lowdown of what I can expect.
I'm Pania Te Pao Marsh.
And I'm Hakamash, and today we're going to take the breather on a deer stalk for sambar.
What's our plan?
Pick you up at about 5
5 p.m.
in the morning, breather.
Come on. Why are we leaving at 5?
Oh, bro, it's all to do with the equinox of the moon. How it hits the angle and circumference of the Earth.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
How big can we expect those stags to be?
Pretty hearty, humongous, get the size of horses. And if it's right by you, you're gonna freak out.
New Zealand sambar population are all descended from a single breeding pair introduced in 1875. Their ranges are limited to Manawatu and the Bay of Plenty, and they are mostly concentrated on private land. When threatened, they will usually hide rather than flee, and are masters of remaining undetected in small scrub. I guess I'll expect you guys here at 5 a.m, right?
Yeah, bro. Get a good sleep, get tucked in tonight.
What do you mean get a good sleep? We're gonna get woken up at 4:30. See you fellas in the morning. Bright and early, eh?
Bright and early.
Yeah, real bright. O ngā haura rorirori ēnei, a ke tētahi wāhi muna ahau, e wāhi tumataiti I rongonui ana I te nui o tēnei momo tia.
Half the farm's a bit of a gut and valley, and it's got native bush, pines and gorse, which seems to be a recipe for the old sambar deer. They love hiding in it.
The sambar are so good at hiding that if we spook them, the hunt's good as done. This has to be a stealth mission.
They're the most elusive deer in New Zealand. I mean, their habitat's changed heaps, and they've got no problems living where people pass by all the time. Pretty much there's 2 houses probably within 200 metres of where we're standing, and I've shot a couple of deer literally within 100 metres of here.
We've set up a sniper nest on a ridge overlooking one of the valleys the sambar like to hide in. While we keep our sights locked on the paddock below, Haka's mate Ewan will push in towards us through the bush, sending the sambar hiding there right into our scope. With Ewan coming towards us and livestock on the block, we have to be absolutely certain we have a target animal in our sights before we fire. te neke tētahi mea I te tahataha o te pātiki. Well, I guess this is a timely reminder of checking again before you fire a shot in the bush. The sambar might have won the battle, but the war's still on. While the boys suss out a new plan of attack, Pane and I scan the slopes for prey. When's the best time to stalk them?
My husband reckons in the morning and at dusk, so dawn and dusk, but I honestly reckon, because we always see them about like 9, 10, 11, like there. I've been hunting for 6 going on 7 years. When I first got hooked was when I saw my first stag, that was it. I was like, oh, it's buzzy, adrenaline, yes, mean.
How many sambars have you shot?
Oh, how many sambars haven't I shot? That's the question, bro, that's the question.
Pania tells me about her passion for hunting with other wahine.
I just put a call out seeing if anybody wanted to hunt. I, off the top of my head, can only think of one other female that I know that hunts, and that's not good enough. So if you're a female and you want to know how to hunt, you want to learn, PM me, me ora. I was expecting like 5 at the most. I've got 900 now that want to learn, so that's not stressful. But it's good, that's like, it's mean. There's a need there, so maybe if other wahine want to teach other wahine, might help.
We've come to a wallow Pania spotted last hunt to search for signs of those elusive sambar.
The deer are obviously still around a bit. You see those 2 long marks there and over here? Those are the legs.
Wallows are mud puddles used by animals to coat themselves in mud for protection from insects and to spread their scent for mating. He hau tēnei, tērā pea he kararehe e pātata ana.
And you can actually see hair marks in there, in the mud. None of the edges are gone soft from the rain, so yeah, probably even this morning I'd say. But yeah, they're around.
Hopefully we can be smarter than them. Pania suspects there's sambar in the nearby scrub, and she's got another trick up her sleeve. If the sambar have gone to ground, a direct hit to the bush they've hidden in will often scare them out. No luck this time, but moments later,
Heard a bit of a twig break as we're going along the track, and I knew exactly what it is because I've heard it a few times. I sort of knew that the animals would pop out, and sure enough, they creatures of habit, bro. They popped out in the spot I was hoping they would.
There, there's heaps of them, bro. There, there's 2 of them. Up there, bro, see the top one, there's another one below it. Right there, bro.
there was 3 hinds that basically popped up out of nowhere. It might have been about 15 metres away from us.
Oi, 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 oi!
They can be distracted quite easy, so that's why I was yelling out, trying to get their attention.
I'm in Marton, where I've spent the day hunting sambar deer.
The deer are obviously still around.
There, there's heaps of them, bro. There, there's 2 of them.
They're masters of hiding, but I've finally got one in my sights.
Nah.
I'll be honest with you, the only thing I really saw when I spotted the sambar was the rear ends.
It was a bit of a reaction shoot. You sort of have to hunt and train for that sort of jazz to be able to nail something like that, and didn't quite get around the way, so that's fine.
Te ahua nei, kua tō I ngā sambar te pakanga. Ināia nei, me matapaki. I was a bit slow on the gun, sorry, cuz. My fault.
I'll accept that apology.
They're just cunning, bro. They're always here. Like in this property here, there'll be a few, bro.
What's the biggest one you guys have caught together?
Hind, eh? Hind we've got together. Big hind, that we had to part that one out. That was down pretty much in the creek. Yeah, so it was pretty much mission impossible to get it out, and it was bloody raining, eh?
We were going to kill each other, let's just be honest. See, we did 3 hunts on one day. Honest, I was like, just lining it up. But we didn't, because that's marriage. You just work for it. Yeah.
Very quiet, guys.
Hard times make hard men, eh?
Okay.
We give each other hard out banter, but, you know, we've got to do it. I love him. I love him.
Well, she was a tough day walking around the ngahere here. Just unlucky for us that we didn't get to fire for sure. We'll have to come back so we can try and shoot one next time.
Hey, bro, nah, it's been awesome having you, eh, bro?
I'm keen to try again in a few days' time. But first, I have another mission. Just up the road along the banks of the Whanganui River near the small farming town of Matahiwi. There I'm meeting Chris. He's been hunting these ranges for 38 years. And now he's passing his skills on to the next generation with the help of his dog, Bruce. Usually see pigs quite a lot here?
Yeah. There's a few pigs here this time of the year. Yeah, bit of grass coming out, so they're eating a bit of grass now. Been a young boar up the face here, so yeah, just having a look around. My old man's a bit of a lineman, so we've been coming down all our life, so you know the river, know the people, yeah.
Whereabouts did you see it last time?
Just up on the face here, below the bluffs here, around that grassy area.
Yeah, see that massive climb there? You've got to get to.
Get you.
Not looking forward to it. I've seen the terrain and she's quite hilly. Whereabouts are we going to put the boat?
We'll just slide it down the hill, cuz. Yeah, into the awa.
Oh, sounds good then, cuz.
Yeah.
E whakaaro ana ki te haere ki tētahi whanga iti. Kei reira te tama a Chris me ona hoa e tatari ana ki a māua. But before we can head out, Chris has to prep his secret weapons. Hey, what are you up to?
Bit of footwear, brother.
I've never seen anyone go for a hunt in their rugby boots.
It's a bit grippier, lighter. Just on the hillsides.
Thought you were going to have one-outs with the kids. When their cuzzy pulled them out, I was like, hey, going for a game of rugby, cuz. Boots on, we can finally get his waka in the water. Seeing it up close, I'm starting to think that might not be a good idea though. Yeah, she looks like she needs a bit of a patch jog, the old waka that he's got. Funny like when you first look at it, you're like, ooh, are you sure this is going to float? Me sitting at the front. Thought I was actually going to do a few nosedives there. Haere au I te whakapono nui ki te haumarutanga o tēnei waka. The Whanganui River runs all the way from Mount Tongariro to the Whanganui coast. At 290 kilometres, it is Aotearoa's longest traversable river. The river, also known as Te Awa Tupua, was home to a large proportion of Māori villages prior to Pākehā settlement and remains an important taonga. In world-leading legislation in 2017, the river was given legal status of a person.
There are times when the river gets a bit ugly through the rainfalls, but it does have beauty, you know. On its days, it's awesome. Yeah, awesome to be down here.
Is that strategic?
Actually, our waka broke down, so we got Piri on the oars and rowed down so it was awesome.
Maybe awesome for you, bro. I knew not to trust this bloody waka. Kei te hikaka ngā tamariki ki te whai I ngā poaka. Kei muritata a Chris.
Oh, the old man is staunch pig hunter. When I was probably 4 or 5, we started going out. So I've been hunting ever since. Now my boy drags me out, so that's his passion now. Don't even have to ask them to go. Yeah, they sort of moaning at you if you don't.
When we first started walking up, not just me, but a few of the kids as well were slipping a bit. Chris said, you know, you can see why we wear boots, cuz they're good for bloody grip. I'm starting to think I should have worn mine. She was a tough climb, to be honest. Yeah, once we got to the top, there was a little bit of a clearing and they spotted 3 pigs.
We actually seen a couple before the dogs hit. It got a bit windy, they couldn't quite wind them, so we walked in a bit closer and then the dogs took off. Okay. There had to be another one up there.
The dog must have got the scent probably about 50 metres away above us that we didn't know was there.
Listen.
So I got in there, tried to hold the leg down as he held the other one up, made sure that I had my blade ready to go. Didn't need help this time, managed to hit it in the right spot and job was done.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, no, she was pretty steep, eh?
Heaps of carriers, brother. Good size for them too, eh?
Shot, boys. Who's first at carrying down?
Me.
Oh, look at that.
You know, it's quite cool to see him take his son's teammates hunting. They were pretty keen to get in there. How often do you bring the kids up?
Oh, can't live without them now.
I think after this hunt, they'll probably want to come out on more adventures, cuz.
I hope so. A lot of carriers.
Hard. I don't think we'll be doing any, mate.
No.
Apart from going up the hill.
She's all down all now, my boat, to the river.
Alright. Oh well, I guess we better chase the kids, eh?
That's us, cuz.
You're carrying it this way.
I've got a blanket if you're doing it.
I'll flank us.
Oh, well, there you go, unlucky.
Go, Bob.
This way, Bob. You right?
Yeah.
This way, Bob.
Bob's right. On the sheep track.
Go back exactly the same way. It's awesome to see the kids out there, dogs working. Yeah, they earned meat, eh? Like when you're out there sort of earning your kai, you know, and giving it out to the people and see the appreciation that they have for feed. You start to appreciate the land and what it gives you, you know, all the kai resources that are there.
She's been pretty short and sharp, actually. Our mate over here, done the mahi. It was quick and easy. Getting in there, dragging it down, and then being able to stick it. Now it's time to cross the river and mosey on home. And I think those kids are bloody wanting to have a test match. You guys can stick to doing it to each other. E tauana taku ngā kau I te kitinga e te haumaru e nei mātauranga I te reanga hau. I ngā kaia ko pēnei I a Chris e tuku iho ana I ona mātauranga. Te whai ake nei, I took Haka and Pania into a second go at getting that elusive sambar. And this time, it's all on. Earlier this week, I travelled to Marton to hunt that ninja sambar deer.
Right there, bro.
Unsuccessfully.
Nah.
My host Pani and Haka were gutted we didn't bring one down. We'll have to come back so we can try and shoot one next time.
Yeah, bro.
So we go again, and I'm stoked to be in such good company. Pani and Haka mix really well in terms of the dynamics of their relationship. You can tell that they're pretty keen to get out there and go hunting.
It's awesome, you know, hunting with my partner. We get to spend quality time together. Just feeling the wairoa of being out and amongst the ngahere. It's where I find peace. It's where I'm more at home. Everything's still raw and rugged. It just makes me feel so small in the scheme of things, and it takes me back to my roots.
We've set up opposite some faces that haven't been hunted in a while in the hopes that the sambar there are a bit less shy.
Bro, we're just going to chill out up here and keep an eye on any potential openings down here, bro. We've got our clearing over here to the right, bro. Then we've got all the bush edges along here. And then there's just the odd little clearing here and there. Hopefully they jump out and get a bit of sun in one of these little clearings on the side, because they're all within sort of shooting range of what we've got today. But other than that, bro, we're just going to sit back and wait for them to come out.
Ka tatari mātou, Ka tatari. Ka tatari. Day 2 was probably just as exciting as day 1, really. So I was getting itchy feet, just wanted to be nosy. I decided to go up the back and just seeing if I could see any from a different angle. Engari, e hara I te mea ko ana ke e manako ana kia kite he sambar.
There, there's another one there. Come through.
My wife come along and pretty much clipped my ears and said, "Hey, there's a deer over there." I sort of didn't. I believed her, I mean. Had a bit of a scope, and sure enough, yeah, no, she was right. There was one just behind a panga. The animal looked like it was going to take off. So I had a crack at it.
Yeah, smashed it.
Heard the gunfire. Quickly raced back. See what happened. What's all that commotion?
Late to the party, we. Yeah, nah, bro. My wife actually, with her eagle eyes, spotted one right there behind a panga, and I thought, oh, heck. Yeah, it just looked like I had to take the shot at the time, bro, so I had a crack at it.
He smoked it, easy as. And what time was that, bro?
I was just gonna say, Pioneer's been pretty accurate, actually. She told me between 9 and 11 is usually when they come out. Just after 11, I think it was, so I think Haka better listen to her when it comes to times.
Now we just gotta go find it, pick it up. Just go find the needle in the haystack.
So we went over there for nosy, try and find the animal. Didn't see any blood or anything, so it was a bit bizarre. So we looked around for ages, all along the river, all the way up the back, all the way through everywhere. I can't explain what would have happened.
We had a good look. We spent, it's close to an hour and a half, 2 hours looking for the animal and covered a lot of ground. Couldn't quite find the animal, so we packed up and headed back to the assembly point and pretty much having a munch.
I'll tell you what, although we didn't get anything, it's been me.
Choice, bro, yeah. It's hunting, eh, bro?
Right. We may not have won the war today, but luckily Pania brought some backup. Steaks and sausages from a sambar Haka and Ewan killed last week.
These tortati here and venison and that, bro, 300 metres, 200 metres away from where we're cooking it right now. It lived its life and ended its life. I suppose we're paying homage to the old girl. Quite often we go out and she'll be the one that spots them, bro.
First time I ever saw a stag, he had the rifle.
He didn't see it.
I don't know what the hell I was looking at.
Nah, bro, it was
Yeah.
wasn't the right size at that time, bro.
Massive
So
is not a good size, eh, bro?
I was thinking maybe the year after, bro. Yeah. And I just wanted it to be a mean buzz for her. So I love her, bro.
You keep trying. Trying your luck.
Got a spare bed at your house, bro?
Are you gonna burn those, or are you gonna medium rare them, or
They're actually done, bro. I need to chuck some salt on them, bro. Hanging out with the bro Piri, he's awesome, man. Like, he's on the same sort of vibe as the bros I hang out with. I might have a beer or two with him one day. Who knows? He might be lucky enough.
ladies first? Oh. Yep. You already bloody ate yours. Get out of it.
Oh, it was hers. I was just warming it up.
Although we didn't land anything, I think the experience was awesome. Just hanging out with two great people. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the kai too.
Honestly, bro, anytime, bro. It was mean hanging out with you, bro. It was awesome.
We're going to go for another round. The last few days have been outstanding. I'll see you, Marton. I'll come back. Come back for you.